What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Michael here, ChiCityYaker. Appreciate you guys for joining me. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 favorite spoons to catch steelhead on Lake Michigan. Are you guys ready? I know I am. Let's get started. All right, first things first, before I trigger anybody out there watching this video, these are just my top 5. There are going to be a different top 5 for every fisherman that you will ask this question to, so please no way, shape, or form take offense to this or feel, oh my God, Michael, you didn't have this spoon, and let's not go there, guys. There's millions of spoons out there. These just tend to be the 5 that really work exceptionally well for me for catching steelhead. Early in the season, when we're talking about early spring, when the water temps are generally cold throughout the water column, you really can't go wrong with a lot of oranges. And one of the first spoons that come to mind in that early season that I'm going to be using is going to be the Double Orange Crush. This here is made by Stinger. Some other brands have something similar to it. The idea here is you got the silver down the middle from the spoon, and then you've got the orange kind of slices down the sides. Man, oh man, it's hard to beat this in the early time of the year when you're out there. A lot of times you're going to troll this. You can troll these with inline sinkers, because a lot of these times these steelhead are in the top part of the water column, so you don't have to go super deep with these. You can put them on an inline sinker, or maybe like a smaller size torpedo, like a 2-ouncer or something like that. One of my favorite ways to use spoons for steelhead is on a lead core, and I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, I believe. But man, this orange double crush, really hard to beat, really effective, really good in that early time of the year when the water's cold. Can't beat it. Number 2, steelhead candy. Again, you see here we've got the orange going on here. It's a smaller profile. This one is made from Warrior Lures. It's part of their Flutter series of spoons. I like their Flutter series simply because it's a lighter spoon, smaller profile, so when those fish in the early part of the year, they're kind of targeting the smaller, young of the year alewives and so on and so forth. I like the profile because it's a bit smaller from all the rest of the spoons out there, and because it's a flutter spoon, it's very light, which means that it gives you a lot more speed tolerance. It doesn't take a lot of speed to get this thing moving around because it's such a light body. So it's really effective, a smaller profile, and then you've got the UV coating with the orange. Can't go wrong with orange with steelhead in that early season. So this is my number 2. Now as we move into kind of like that transition into summer period where we're in right now, I'll move away from some of the oranges and I'll start to get into some other colors. I'm gonna share what those are with you right now. And quite a few of my recent videos, I've been catching a lot of steelhead because I've been targeting them. And so let me show you what's been really working. And these tend to be what I use year round, year over year. And we're gonna start off with good old blue dolphin. Can't beat it. It's tried and true. It just works. This really works throughout the year, but when I get in the summertime, this is when for me it really excels here. Now with blue dolphin, this thing catches all the species, of course including steelheads, which is what we're talking about right now. But don't be surprised if you catch a big coho, a king on this, and you're of course going to have your steelhead that are going to chomp on this too. Moving along to number 4, here we have Carmel dolphin. Now a lot of folks tend to like this run this Carmel dolphin for your kings. Kings really like this colorway in the spoon. This one right here is a Michigan Stinger. It's a Stingray spoon, so it's a bigger profile compared to some of the other stuff. Right? It's not a Magnum. It's somewhere between a Magnum and the Stingers. So it gives you a different profile, but that colorway between the caramel and the yellow and all that stuff, kings tend to really like this spoon. But steelhead do too, especially when I'm running this on lead core. One of my recent videos hooked up during the tournament for Salmonorama, and sure enough, big steelhead took it. I had it like 5 colors out, and unfortunately it didn't land that. It kind of broke my heart. It's gonna get you those kings, it's gonna get you those steelhead. Great colorway, check that one out. And finally, my 5th spoon that I love to use for steelhead is gonna be the Moonshine UV Blue Flounder Pounder. This thing, I don't even know if you guys can see it, maybe I'll zoom in on it. It's pretty beat up and chewed up over here. A lot of fish it's been pulling. Really like this in the summer months, right? This blue, the UV, man, it'll catch you everything. Cohos to kings to steelhead. This thing just flat out catches. But For sure, steelhead will munch on this thing. Something about blues in the summer period just seemed, I noticed for me anyway, seems to really kind of stand out compared to early season with the oranges. Don't get me wrong, oranges will work throughout the year, but when I shifted to the blue in the summer periods, really shines here. This moonshine, blue flounder, UV, or they call it RV, has been putting in a ton of work. It's something that I would say is a must-have in your spoon box. Run it in the summer months, put it down deep. You can run it off lead core a little bit higher. It don't matter where you put it, it's gonna pull fish if you're around the fish and they're hungry. Flat out, all right? The way I'm using this right now is I'm putting it on my lead core. Lead core has been putting in a ton of work over the last few weeks here in the summer period on Lake Michigan. I'm working 3 colors, 5 colors, to 7 colors. Anywhere in that range has been producing with this little guy off the back. It is money. Primarily, you're gonna put this down there. Once the sun starts coming up, you're starting to get some of that sunlight into the water. I'll flip off of maybe a glow spoon and I'm putting this on and it's going to work. So there are my top 5 spoons for steelhead on Lake Michigan. Now my question for you is, what are your top 5? Because I know they're probably going to be a lot different from what I have. So let me know down in the comments below. And if you have any questions at all about anything I just shared with you, let me know. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video if you found it useful. And if you're looking for any of the gear that I have, I'm going to link to it down below in the description so you can check it out and add it to your collection. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll talk soon.